Kirk Franklin praying. This is the reckoning. 2024. He's like all day long. I can't even a thing about cubes. I've already announced it. It's already going. You didn't know? Yeah. We're 80s. So they wouldn't have told me. But that's my point. They're not inferior people. No. If they were in this time, they would be going according to our time. Just like then, we were going.
Purchase the rights and refranchise it.
No. They didn't offer it to me anyway. Like, Comic View did a couple of disservices to comedy as well. So there were people like me that were out there getting 2 and 3 standing ovations in one set. And that wasn't good for television. So what they did was they started making everybody get a standing ovation. So they would tell the audience, when they get off stage, everybody get up and cheer. And so now, the fact that I'm the only one out there going to get standing ovations is now making people think everybody get a standing ovation. And that's not how comedy is. So I understood why that couldn't go anymore. Because remember, Ricky Smiley sat right here and told you a story about how he performed with Mike Epps and Cat Williams when he did Comic View, and to let him tell it, he was funnier than both. My man lived down. We're talking about the special needs. That's a
different time.
That's some clever material.
That was a different time, Cat.
No, it wasn't. It was the time. I was there.
But I'm saying
that time, this time, same times.
No, but I'm saying
just like people that tell you the Egyptians, they're not black. Egypt is in Africa, folks. As long as Egypt is in Africa, then Egyptians are African.
Do you believe you could tell the same jokes today as when you started out? I mean, Eddie Murphy not telling those jokes. Richard Pryor wouldn't be able to tell those jokes in 2024 that they told in the 70s and the 80s.
So they wouldn't have told them.
But that's my point.
They're not inferior people.
No.
If they were in this time, they would be going according to our time. Just like then, we were going according to that. Like, that's how it is in the world. There are words that we can use for a while. And when we use them for a while until somebody says, that ain't a good word, we should stop saying that.
Correct.
That don't make people feel good. And we stop saying the word. And we move on to another word. You can't say the R word. You can certainly say special needs.
Yeah.
You can certainly say spectrum. There are things that you can say to get your point that don't have to hurt people.
Right.
But you would know that if what you did was construct the English language for a living, then you would understand that part.
You financed your first stand-up. You had it cost you $22,000. You had $25 to your name.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that? You believe that much in Cat?
I believe that much in business. In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
Okay.
That's all. How can I be looking for you to put me on if I wouldn't? And if I can't show you what you missed out on, why would you believe me? Now, the fact that I was able to do it 12 times, that's the real thing. The part that I'm able to do it all across the country. The fact that every time I do a tour or a special, you think, well, that's sponsored by somebody. Somebody did a good job. No? Just the guy they're kicking around. Just the one who might mentally not be all there. He's the one picking the outfits, writing this guy's material, booking the shows, making sure he gets there. He's the one hiring the other comedians. But hey, I knew that that's the end goal. So if that's the end goal, and I'm there when I start, why would I deviate from that?
Right.
Remember, my goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the drug story from when I'm in the park.
Yeah.
So these are just the things. I had all of those when I came in. I already was ready for that. That's what they don't like.
I did not know. You're telling me and showing me a side of the business that I didn't know. That you guys are, man, the competition, the competitiveness.
That's all business. I don't care if they're selling Coke. You wouldn't believe the things that Coca-Cola says about Pepsi. You wouldn't believe the water conversations between Dasani and Liquid Death. Like in all business, in all sport, competition is a driving force. And I don't require anybody to be better. Who am I? I just require if you're a loser and you've taken shortcuts at every chance and you've made sure that you didn't put anybody on that really had a work ethic and was a God-fearing person and you helped them. If that was never you, then don't act like that's you. Don't get out here now that you don't do stand-up and start acting like, oh, you're not sure why you don't do stand-up no more. I heard you got run off. You better be careful. The nigga that run you off gonna show up and he gonna tell everybody. Man, what you gonna be able to say? Nothing. Why you think I speak with such clarity? I'm actually involved in each one of these stories I told you about. Right.
That's a sword on.
Right.
One comedian, as we've been sitting here doing this interview, that you hold in very high regard is Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. You said it was more. Tell the story.
That's right.
I want you to tell it.
No, you.
No, I want you to tell it.
You proved me here today. As much as I'm yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't. People say that he lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who's gonna turn down $50 million? Now I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipt for everything I'm telling you. That's why I just say I'm so freely.
Can I know? You can get to it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Because early on you was accusing me of being... It's crazy.
I mean, but you know, so many people...
Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go on his hiatus, he tell me, Cat, when I come back, I need you. You're my young partner. You're my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We're going to do it together. We're going to do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my motherfucking word, my nigga. Go do what you got to do. Come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's house too. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people. Where this nigga wants me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress with me? You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. We can play anything, man. We can be playing a dog catcher. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's what we got. Twice I said it, they went and got me. Just like I'm telling you, I had that other dude's work. I had all of it. All I did was say, I want to punch it up so it's not offensive to real niggas. And that's how I got in this position.
I sure hope I have Club Shay Shay after this here.
It's going to be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's going to be.
The greatest thing floating in 2024.
I
Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah comes next. Once I established it as a place of truth. Oh, yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that easy.
Prince.
friend of mine.
What was those conversations? Because, look, I mean, sometimes we don't really understand or appreciate someone until they're gone. I did. I was a big Prince fan. All of his stuff.
Yeah.
Because he could play all the instruments. He could sing. He could dance. He was an entertainer.
Yeah.
That could sing. And what he wrote, I mean, who thinks of Cherry Moons? Who thinks it snows in April? Who, a raspberry beret or pink cashmere? The thing, the purple rain, the thing that he wrote about. Like, whose mind goes there?
Yeah, he was like unlike anybody in the world. He was just an amazing individual. I was able to meet him when I was 12, and I knew him my entire life. Through all of his changes, I was able to assist him at the time. If you go look at Prince's car collection, you'll see that Prince don't have not one car category like that. He got the Prowler from Friday After Next in there. He got the same Bentley as me, like, because we share certain things. Our connection was lyrics, musical lyrics, women, and cars. And those are the areas where he trusted my opinion on things. And that's where I got to be helpful in his life. And he was helpful in mine in really all types of ways, especially about the business, as far as being a black man that was rich in this business at 18 years old, had already did his first $1 million contract, had already broken records, was determined that he didn't want to be like anybody else, was so great of a guitar player that black people just stopped caring about guitar, and he got left out on a limb and somehow still had to create his way out of that. He was just really a one in a billion type person. I was lucky to know him.
Now, there are specials at the streaming. I don't know. I don't think there's as many, and there's no DVDs now. So where are you on this streaming, the specials? I mean, obviously you still tour, but how much do you focus on? Okay, I'm a tour, say 100 days or 150 days, but I'm gonna do a special.
Well, now that our relationship with Netflix is at the 8-figure mark, how are we going to make it?
You said 8, I mean like 5, 6, 7.
It's got to be 10 to qualify. So what I'm saying is, once you're at that level, I mean, what you do? I'd be willing to bet you say, every time you turn around, I won't be doing another. I think that's what you would say if you was any good. And like I said, with 12 comedy specials, why do I need to be in these conversations with these specialist people? Say they ain't got no special, you remember Steve, they ain't got no special, you remember Ricky, ain't got no special, you remember Faison ain't got no. What? So why do y'all get
special?
Yep, it was 20 minutes long.
It was good too, though.
It was. He's good. Not it was good. He's
Yeah,
good.
see, that real.
He's good. Don't think because I said something derogatory that I don't know how to hate. Earthquake has consistent. I don't think anybody's ever said Quake wasn't funny. He probably never been booed. I don't think he's ever given a bad performance in his life. But his just due was overdue. He was in a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't able to translate the stand-up to the movie thing, he took a hit. Most people don't take a hit. They're just judged on their stand-up.
Right.
So, yeah, no. I even though it sounds like there's a lot of people that's not the case. I'm a proponent of all of us who are in this business working hard trying to make it.
When you came to stand up, was crossing over, was doing TV, was doing movie, was that a part of it? You're like, okay, I'm doing stand up. Okay, the next progression is TV, movie.
Throughout the history of stand-up, sir, that's the goal for all of us. That's how it goes. That's why when you hear these dudes talking about, oh, I didn't want to be a movie star. You just know it disingenuous. Like, wait, no, dude. Yeah, oh no, I just wanted to go game show.
Right.
What? You sure? No, I understood that she was a black woman in a time where it mattered what you look like, and they had a certain thing that they needed you to look like and act like in order to be successful.
Right.
And she just never did that. She wasn't tall enough. She wasn't fine. They didn't like her looks. They didn't like that her hair was natural. They talked crazy about her, and yet she still made all of these achievements. And I'm like, understand, I'm already in the Comedy Hall of Fame. I'm already going to heaven no matter what happens. It ends in a second. I'm up there. So it gives me the leeway to do some things that are simply because it's the right thing to do. So the truth of the matter is they wanted to give me a star. But please don't consider me and this person been sitting on this list this whole time. And just because they ain't got enough money, they can't get they just due. That's crazy. When do you start? That's hurtful. What if somebody can't afford their flowers? You mean they don't get them? No, God don't operate like that. He was saying it doesn't like me to come and take care of that. Just so that the right thing happens. That's how the universe works. Because remember, what am I spending my money on? I'm not spending my money on strippers. I ain't spending them on drugs. Like, what? Because if I go in the strip club, I'm only trying to get her out of there. I have no intention of her or any other people being in this position. If I say, girl, I like at the strip club, I'm telling her, you know, you don't have to strip no more. This could be your last day. How about that? What would it be like just to leave it all? You ain't gotta be all alone.
I don't even want you to go get your purse. Just leave it.
Ain't nothing.
We get new ID. We get new ID and credit because it's social security card.
We don't need none of that.
Yeah, none of that.
None of that. This life don't look good on you.
That shit.
You don't even look like a drug addict.
Got me thinking, cat.
Right. You hear these athletes talking about, yeah, we was out there tricking. What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Stop paying people that you don't have no respect for. It sets it up bad for us. We got women out here can't find a man because they acting like it. And you are alpha. Now the alphas all want these subservient husbands. You can't have one.
That ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead. Boy, you done got me canceled how many times in this program? Where's the camera? I didn't write nothing. I said tonight. It's all been on these cue cards, and I'm just gonna keep reading them. Ask your next question.
The Migos. You help them get out of financial situation?
I don't think we ever, as a nation, can remember a time that the Migos were financially unsuccessful. So for the record, I would assume that they never needed Academy's financial assistance for anything. I'm sure that when you see the label and other things, they were taken care of. On the other hand, if I was given the opportunity to help them, would I? Of course I would. That's what I do. I'm a pro-black non-racist. Like, I really, really love black people, but I don't love them more than other people. I love everybody. I'm a black guy, and I try to stick with that, but, yeah, I'm not one of those, bullfuckers. Like, when I do something good, I'm really not doing it for the brand. It's not for any of that. I'm just doing it because it's good to do.
I appreciate that. I don't know if this is true, but I did read that comedians on your show say that women sometimes bring them money and not say where it came from.
Say that again?
Comedians would say women would bring them money and not say where it came from.
Right. I'm not a feminist like a feminist would be. I do believe that there are that if I had 35 people I believe that other than 4 jobs, I believe that a woman is better at any of them jobs than any man could be.
Okay.
So 10 of these jobs, no man can work because I'd rather a female be there. If I gotta smell anybody's breath, I want it to be her. I don't want none of you. Like, so what I'm saying is, if I'm gonna have 75% women just because I'm a girl. I prefer to hear 2 guys talking in the corner. I prefer to hear 2 ladies talking in the corner. I don't care what they're talking about. I just prefer that. So a lot of times I will utilize ladies to convey a message. If a comedian is doing a great job somewhere in the country, he just did a masterful set and nobody's gonna pay him. They just clap. And I know he's broke as shit back there. Wouldn't it be nice if somebody just up and gave him a little blessing? And he didn't have to suck me off for it and thanks, cat. Boy, I needed it. Why would you do that? If you was actually just trying to help people, you would. People know that's how I pay my tithes. If I got paid $100,000 to be at your city, I'm gonna take 10,000 of that and put it in your homeless area. Not because I got to. Because you gave me 100 rats to come to your little rinky dink town. Who would I be to not pay my tithes back to your town? How?
You adopted 7 kids. A lot of kids, or a man that's as busy, travels as much as you do, on the road as much as you are, spend a lot of time. You have to spend I mean, it's not easy. I mean, maybe it comes so natural to you to put pen to paper and to write things down and be able to go out there and perform a set. But that's a lot of responsibility, Cat.
Right. Right. But if there was a guy, what would he think about you if you did that? I'm saying let's say, for example, that God is real.
Yes.
Okay? And let's say he be looking at what you do.
Yes.
What would he say if you did that?
He said, Cat, that's very kind gesture. That's very generous of you.
My whole life, since I was telling you when I was young and they was asking me what I wanted to be and nothing I wanted to be was what I wanted to be God's friend. That's a weird thing if you're an atheist. If you're an atheist, I didn't even say nothing. But if you believe in God and I tell you that I wanted to be God's friend and I wanted to even go to Hollywood and still be God's friend, if I told you that that was my aim, you can understand where I'm at. Like, I promise you, no jealousy, no bitterness. I got that. What I'm trying to get, I haven't been shorted in any way.
I mean, 7, 8 years. They gonna get married.
You remember the conversation where it was me and I didn't know what was going to happen to my 2 little brothers and it was just going to be out there?
Yes.
So when they come full circle and I'm one of the richest men that ever lived. And I don't mean, please don't look at my net worth. I saw my net worth. I had that on me. I don't need I swear to God. What I'm saying is, my net worth is less than my last Netflix deal. You understand what I'm telling you?
It makes sense.
But I'm fine. Jesus was poor. So why don't we mad? You say I don't have nothing.
They had the minutes they had back then, though, Cat.
Say it again?
You got different minutes now.
Not more than gold. Gold was the amenity of that time. We still got gold. Gold still running.
They have the Rolls Royce. They got you can buy it on an ass. That's what they call it. Let me buy it one time.
I'm saying if you really want to say, I'm saying the color man is cheap. So back in the day, I would get my brother donkey. Today we get her a color man. But I'm saying whoever and whatever it is, I'm saying I'm saying because what we gonna do? I done already told you I'm one of the richest people that ever lived.
Yes.
Only in the fact that when I wake up in the morning, no matter where I am, I don't need nothing. Whatever I need is right around me, and whatever I don't have is only just because I don't have it. It's not because I can't get it. All I gotta do is want it, and it belongs to me. So because of that, because I'm favored, when I see people buy stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man. Come on. So, you're not supposed to look at anything that you don't want.
Not me personally, just because God has given me literally everything I ever even pump fake. Like, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is I don't have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting her. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that woman is a one of one. Like you can't really have types. Cause see, I tried to ask you something about marriage, but then yeah, you did. When you rewind the tape, you let it out. You was like, so you ever gonna get married? And then you took it back. Okay. I was known as the photographic memory.
Are you?
Against it. Like most people that are not married, they're afraid of commitment. It's not that like that for me. It's just the whole time I wanted to be married, I had kids, so I had to try to fill my wife's place before she got there. So I already got kids without a mother. But so now I got to be doing laundry. I'm washing dishes. I'm reading stories. I'm having to nurture. I'm having to do all of this, and I got to the point where I didn't need the wife. I'm doing it, and we're doing it, and I'm not replacing a woman in their lives. I'm letting them see that that's just the only thing that we don't have. And it was easier for me to do that because you have to understand that all of the kids I'm raising at this point, they have fathers. They have a mother. You see? Is that put work in it.
What's one of the one things you try to teach your kids?
I don't teach anybody anything that's over 18. I've done the work I was going to do, but as I really just tried to teach the things that can't be bought, your integrity, trying to live your life in a way that you yourself could be proud of if you had to look back on it. And I didn't do very good at leading by example, but behind the scenes, that's never what I was pushing. They understood that because of my stance, there was a certain thing that would come my way. And so accountability and responsibility is part of what you're teaching. Is that, even if you're doing the greatest thing in the world, there's this thing called no good deed goes unpunished. Like, there's a real Murphy's Law. Like, basically, in raising kids, you're just trying to give them a better manual and an outline of how life works than your parents gave you, And so, that's how I did it.
How do you avoid toxic women? Because obviously, you like women.
I do. And I probably like toxic ones more than because toxic women are exciting. And that's just a fact. Part of toxicity is exciting. I'd rather excite but if you have toxic women, just understand that all monsters are feeding off of each other. And if you find out what this toxic woman is feeding off of, you just begin to turn off her feeding. And murder mysteries before she goes to sleep? Why always a crime drama playing it? Turn it off. Turn it to cartoons. Oh, no, you don't get it. What's she listening to? You can't be listening to Sexy Red. You know. Toxic people are trying to get things. They're not being toxic for no reason. They're gaining something out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something. So you put that out, you cut off what they get.
You were married once. You were married.
Never lied.
So would habitation?
Never. How could I be a single parent and be married?
You know, there are people that like married and then they become single parents. That's how it works.
Yeah, but a person who's never been married thinks he's never been married.
Oh, yeah. Take your word for it.
Why would you need to take my word for it? Hold on. If I had been married, wouldn't somebody have said who she was?
No. It might have been a long time ago.
No. I've never been famous, sir. I just worked the story out to you. I don't have no hidden mysteries in my life. That was Jesus. I don't have no periods in my life where it's unaccounted for. No. That person that said that was a liar. I got a case right now in LA. This lady saying she was my assistant for 14 years. And I've heard her in my life. Liars lie, because why would they lie? There are several women have said married to me. It's when they went to court, they had to say, I was married to him spiritually. You shut up. How you gonna be married to me? My kids don't know you. Answer me that.
So do you have a problem bringing women around your kids?
No. Not then or now. I've always lived with several women. Like, I'm known for
Several?
Yeah.
Like more than one?
I've already told you that I prefer the company of women.
Yeah.
Company of men. So if I told you that me and a couple dudes on my staff sometimes have to cohabitate, nobody finds a problem with that. Yeah, so it's me and 3 ladies cohabitating because that's how the business gets done. Like, I don't want a chef that scratches his nuts before he cooks. No disrespect to these guys that go around with these large male-only groupings, but that's not my episode of Entourage.
You were approached by 7 gunmen. You were robbed, shot in the thigh.
Say it again?
You were robbed once, correct?
No, I never got
You didn't get robbed. You didn't get approached. They tried to get robbed. They didn't take anything.
I wasn't even
Target.
who they were and not because of that. Because if you look at what time period it is, I'm not even making $5,000 a year. So robbing me, man, so that was before Oklahoma. You talking about a terrible condition.
They'd have been disappointed thinking they get something off of you, huh? If they'd have robbed you.
Look, city would walk down our streets with his baby in a baby stroller, with a diaper bag, with a gun in the diaper bag. The only thing I need is a pass. So just let me go about my business. I'm living in Inglewood, Compton. I'm living in Manchester and Western. I'm in LA, the gang capital of the world, but never robbed. Because why? I'm not pretending to be something I'm not. You think I'm a blood. You think I'm a crip. I'm from Ohio. I'm a comedian. I'm a father. Right. I'm trying to do something out here. And not only do I not judge what you're doing, I'm not trying to be involved.
Right.
That's the difference. That's where the respect comes from.
So you're touring right now, Dark Matters, the Dark Matter tour.
Yeah.
Filming next Netflix special.
In May.
May.
Yeah, next special.
And, you two being in Inglewood.
Right. Because it's a homecoming for me. Because I lived on Hazel. So, you know.
So I got to
People know I lived in the heart of Inglewood. They saw me walk down Market Street with the babies I'm raising. Like, they understood that. No, yeah, I was really not pretend. Oh, you want to be from the hood? No, I'm living there on the street.
What's your favorite city to tour in?
The next one, sir. Yeah, that's the beauty of travel.
Right.
That's why most people don't have the empathy and the sympathy that they need to have for other people. It's because they haven't seen other people.
Right.
Like if you went to Ireland and you saw what them people was like, and you went to Sweden and saw what them people was like, if you really went to Africa and you really saw what the people was like, you went to Haiti, you went to Portugal, if you really traveled across the country, you would see that all people is the same. Way more people that's good than the fucked up individuals you seeing. And if you understood that, it would change everything. So I don't have any favorites in the world just because every place is dealing with their own issues, their own troubles. All places look better than they actually are for the people that live there. And it's always a difference between what it seems like and what it is like. People will tell you, I went to Paris. I was there at the Eiffel Tower. Did you have bedbugs? And there were rats everywhere. It was terrible. Tell the rest of it. Don't tell some.
Let me ask you a question. When you go to these cities to tour, do you ever get a habit of getting out?
That's how I built my reputation. That's also how I ended up in jail 19 times. Because when I come to do a show, I'm in your city. So whatever the strip club is, I'm there. Whatever the top bar is, I'm there. Whatever the show is, you know, like, what's come on in the city. And this is how I'm learning your city. So when I do my show, I should be talking about what I know, what I think, right? That's the city that I went to. The first 15 minutes of my show is what it's like to be here. You see what I'm saying? And so that was always a part of what kept my legend going to the point where I can still be in these arenas without you ever seeing a poster with my picture on it, without you ever seeing a flyer, without you ever seeing a poster. Hey, would y'all make sure y'all come out and come see me? Because I'm going to be in. And would you please come on out, guys? And I really am. Because we have a different respect. I know what's coming. They know what's coming. I know they gonna be there. And they know I'm doing the best job I can possibly do. And they know beyond a shadow of a doubt, whatever hour he was doing when we last saw him, he won't be doing that hour when we see him this time. It's a whole new conversation. And because I've never strayed from that, they've never strayed from their part.
I'm looking at some of the actors that you've been on screen with. Q, Tracy Morgan, Regina Hall, Terrence Howard, Nick Cannon, Timmy. Bro, who brings out the best in Cat Williams? How does someone get the best out of Cat Williams? Do you need a comedian? Do you need a serious actor? How do we get the absolute best out of Cat Williams on screen?
Well, I would be disingenuous if I didn't remind us that that's never anybody's goal. It's never anybody's goal to create a great situation for me to do a good job.
Why?
In the script. The way it works is the script is already there. This is a character in the script. If they give me the job, I make it my job that this character here has to be as big as this whole project. So if you don't even see the movie School Dance, I want you to remember, whose goddamn white baby is this? And the only way that I can guarantee that you will remember my scene if you didn't remember a whole movie is if I make sure that my scenes are that good. Because that's what I watched. I watched great actors. You never saw De Niro. You never saw Pesci. You never saw any of these dudes and some of you was like, nah, I don't really believe it. You sure you're the Great Gatsby? Like, no. Like, you believe this dude, Daniel, is a hobbit. That's part of the Lord of the Rings. Right. You see what I'm saying? And so it's having a respect for the craft that I'm doing. That means I'm trying to do the best job possible.
What was it like working with Spike Lee doing Priceless?
Spike Lee is everything that you said I was in my intro. He's just really an innovator and a groundbreaking, one-of-a-kind dynamo. And,
Walter Watts good.
And I knew that they were...
Let's see what you said,
like,
because I don't know what.
me even then. Like, as soon as
Oh,
I
I
said
see
I
your
wanted to
bottle
get
on,
Spike
man.
Lee to direct it, because that was the biggest thing I could do, they immediately gave Spike to Gerard Carmichael and had him do his special too at the Comedy Store, and just to undermine, like, but
Simone, what's good, Simone?
As a person, whether you like
I'm going harder for my
if you take this from me, you will be a better person.
my village.
If you decide today that you're gonna live every
I gotta
day
get
like
out of
it's
here
your
because I don't
last
have
for
enough
real,
drink, so I'm about
which
to get
means
hot
have a
once this
conversation
timer
with
runs out.
yourself every night that okay, that was it. May not be no more after that. And really count
But I got
yourself
the material I
every
need,
day
though.
like this could have been it.
Actually,
All right. Before I go to bed, this could be it. All right. How's that looking?
but how you feeling, Simone? What we doing today? What we playing? You
You
ever gonna get back on Fortnite?
decisions and living your life like this all you got. Just this one day. But you could be a winner. You could be a winner on this day. It's just work ethic. And not the work ethic they talk about. They tell you work ethic where they do all these. That means I'm trying to do the best job.
I'm over here watching this cat
What was
winning.
it like working with Spike Lee doing Priceless?
I gotta get out of here.
Spike Lee is everything that you said I was in my intro. He's just really an innovator and a
I got one of these charms that kind of heals you
And I knew that they were
over time.
He'll probably go
like
live on TikTok after YouTube playing
as
Fortnite.
soon as I said I wanted to get Spike Lee to
Yeah, I
direct
play
it, 'cause that was
Fortnite,
the
bro. You
biggest
been
thing I
missing.
could do.
He was lit last night. Barker been on too lately. We been playing with Barker. We play with Why You Care.
Just to undermine, like,
Casual gamer.
if there's one thing you can take away from me as a person, whether you like
I need to get out of here.
if you take this from me, you will be a better person. If you decide today that you're gonna live every day like it's your last for real, which means have a conversation with yourself every night. That,
Be
okay,
ready
They got a
for
graph
topics in a minute.
may not be no more after that. And really count yourself
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day
turn
like
up.
this could have been it. All right.
I'm ready
Before I
to
go to
squash
bed,
too.
this could be it. All right. How's that looking?
I'm trying to get out of here, but I think I'm going deeper.
You really start making decisions and living your life like this all you got. Just this one day. But you could be a winner. You could be a winner on this day.
But I think I got everything I
It's
need,
just
though.
work ethic. And not the work ethic they talk
Yeah, I
about.
do.
They
I'm
tell
trying
you
to build
work
a new
ethic where they
crib.
do all these movies. I'm the hardest working man. Well, no, everybody goes to work every day.
Right.
Yeah. Don't say, I go to work all the time. Everybody who works goes to work every day. Shut up. Shut up. You get I respect you more than I don't work every day.
Oh, it's about to blow up. Huh?
I don't know if you saw this, but Taraji P. Henson got extremely emotional the other day.
And my store about to go.
They're massively underpaid and say the math is not math. They get X amount of dollars by the time Uncle Sam get his cut, by the time the agency get their cut, and what you see they were supposed to get is a fraction of that. Where do you come down with that, Cat?
Saddest thing is imagine being in your genre,
back up.
your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your
How I
lane.
get out of here?
Imagine being one of the very top of your lane. That to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're gonna get this to.
Oh, I
Imagine
think I know
being
where
at
I'm
that
at.
point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me enough. And they're not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they paying the new girl. And I've been suffering under it for
Oh, they took me out
decade now.
another spot.
And
That's
just
why.
taking it. I just been getting whooped.
Let me mark
But I
this
just gotta
cave.
come say, this is wrong.
This is like a glitch that some
We
of
should
them
be
don't get
ashamed.
marked.
But this is a country where we don't pay the teachers, and then we say the kids is the most important thing. You can't have both of them. If you do that, we're going to end up with a generation that can't read. Guess what? Generation Z and A can't read. Why? Because who was giving them a book? We got an iPad or a phone.
Okay,
And
bet.
now
And
the
mark the
letters
cave.
don't mean that. There's no cursive writing.
Right.
Sorry about that. So, yeah, this is what period of time it's in. It's the period where the victims get to say, they've been hurting me for a long time. And I just ain't said nothing because I was trying to be strong and I didn't want to shame anybody.
Alright, time to
When
build
y'all people call out
my
for
new
help, you
spot.
gotta understand. You know what I mean? Like we put
Damn, they about to jump me, do y'all?
the people that been in this production, they all that was all that. Be what you gonna be. Put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gay things. Because clearly, y'all keeping these gays.
Oh my. We gotta fight all these guys.
I've known Nick Cannon since he was a teenager. He had to have his... He in the comedy club, if you're underage, you can't be in a regular club. You have to be in the kitchen.
Right.
So I was the master of the kitchen every comedy place because I got a child, and my child is back here in this place while I go on stage.
Right.
So I've known Nick Cannon since he was 14. Nick Cannon has never called and asked me to do one single thing, and I turned him down because I've known him since he was a young black child in Hollywood. Wow. So what I did in Wildin' Out was to be his protector and to be his voice with hip-hop. So the whole thing was the thing that he was trying to do had never been done before. You can't bring 6 comics in and let 6 comics talk shit about 6 rappers because the 6 rappers will beat the 6 comics' ass.
Right.
You would have to have a comic that could actually stand in between and go, look, we comics, we gonna say what we gonna say, y'all gonna take it and understand it's a joke. If you wanna fight, we fight before the show. So you can go out there with your black eye. We're not gonna do it
At my
comedic.
crib.
This is what needed to take place in order for it to be successful, which is why it had already aired and didn't work. And then suddenly when it comes back with me, it suddenly works. Because respect has to be in there as well. Or if you're trying to do it with Kevin Hart, you and him gonna get run over. You a teenager, he 5'2". Like, what's gonna happen? I haven't seen a young comedian I don't like. If you name any of the young comedians, I'm aware of all of them, and they're all doing a great job. It doesn't matter if it's Country Wayne or Desi Banks. It doesn't matter if it's Carlos or Chico. It doesn't matter if it's DC or Just Hilarious. It really doesn't matter once we go to the young part. The young comedians are dealing with things that we never dealt with, and so that gives them more benefits, but it also gives them more chances of failure, so it's not easier for them. So yeah, I'm a big supporter of young comics. We have Miss Pretty Ricky and Takara Williams. I've taken 25 black women on the road to these tours. It's important to me that the young comic gets the benefits and the advantages of the big comics platform.
Matt Rife, Wildin' Out, recently got canceled. You see Jonathan Major, when he went dropped him the guilty, the conviction came out.
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by his you know, guilty. She came in there with this so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
Man, right, you know him from Wild 'N Out, he gets together for time. Trying to tell him.
I never knew him from Wild 'N Out, to be honest. I came across him as a new comic.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'm really just trying to see the comics just where they are, see it. Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
So, canceling, what do you think about this canceling culture? You see the situation with Jonathan Majors, I mean, for all sense and purposes, I don't know, maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was hot, he was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed, he's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I thought Cat Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? It's part of giving you the word. First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that he was a good-looking Negro. Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose? And when did y'all like a little head and a big jaw? When? Since when? That look like my daddy. When you start liking my daddy? You like black people's features like that? If this ugly nigga is good-looking, then all niggas is good-looking. Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you so you won't be allowed to read a comic book. What you talking about? Get out of here! Get out of here, ugly boy. Yeah, they love fooling people.
What's your relationship like with Suge? Now, you still close to Suge? Have you spoken to him? Have you talked to him recently?
Yeah, it's doing good. Yeah, he's,
Man, when you a friend for life with Cat Williams.
yeah, because the people that come to me are trying to better their life. They're not trying to continue doing what they have been doing.
Okay.
So when somebody comes to me, male or female, it is in the auspices that this is what I did, this is what I used to do, this ain't what I want to do no more, and I want to do something else, and I'd like to do it a different way. Okay. That's what I want. Yeah. So if you come to me under those auspices, then my loyalty is lifelong. Why would it not be?
Tory Lanez, man. What would you take on that? Because I know you got to take on everything.
It's a difficult position because somebody's not going to tell the truth. And the truth has got to be told. In all circumstances, the truth has got to be told. So if you don't want to say she shot her, then you shot her. And that's the end of that.
You said have you ever spent time in jail?
30 times.
When you was in there, what was going through your mind, Cat? I mean, some people like, man, I had an opportunity to reflect, and I was like, man, this ain't the place for me. I ain't coming back here. When you in, so what?
I've never been in jail, and it was my decision to be there. If it's dangerous to be in the hood and you have to have a gun on you for protection, and it's either be judged by 6 or, judged by 12 or carried by 6, I'm always going to have my heater on me. So if you want to tell me that you're going to pull me over 15 times looking for it, I'm going to tell you 15 times you're going to find it. Unfortunately, I smoke cigarettes and weed. If you catch me 15 times, 15 times I'm going to have it on me. What do you think I'm in jail thinking? Oh, I done fuck up. Damn these decisions. I'm not going to protect my life at all when I get out of here. Fuck it, let them do what they want to do to me. No. When I'm in there, I'm fine, and I'm understanding that I'm put here for a reason. And the people that get joy off me being in here are really going to look stupid because I'm finna be free. Because you got to be setting this up. I'm never anywhere to get anything. You don't know I just made $300,000 in your city. That's why you think I might be out here as a ne'er-do-well. You think I'm smoking weed? Yeah, he's got a medical license for it. He needs it. It's his only medication. Do you mind if he takes it? It helps him eat. Because he does 19 100 himself eat. So this marijuana helps him do both of those things.
Marijuana help you sleep?
Oh, yeah. Because remember, as a comedian, what you're doing is against your natural timeline. Your natural timeline would be that you would start your workday at 8 o'clock p.m.
Right.
And then your workday is over at 2:30 a.m. Like, that's a weird...
Yes.
Right? So to tell your body now that we're pumped up on endorphins, now let's go to sleep at 3. It don't work like that. Your body has to try to get a whole new schedule. So, it suffered, but that's what worked for me. I consistently used it. I told people all across the country, don't worry, this will be legal in our country. As soon as they find out how to charge taxes for it, we will be legal in this country. Because they view me as some sort of visionary for my forward thinking. Drugs. Well, I heard.
Kevin, how have you been? I mean, bro, every time they try to put you down, they try to put you to the back.
Yeah.
You bounce up, you move right back to the front. Damn, you like a Super Bowl. You just keep bouncing and you bounce higher.
Trampoline skin is something that you ask God for. When I watched you play football, you had it. And there's some people that there's really no such thing as hitting Shannon Sharp so hard that he don't want to run the ball the next play.
Right. Absolutely.
And if that's your only goal is to hit him so hard that he don't want to be him no more, you just out of luck.
Yeah, you wasting your time.
There's your coach can't help you. There ain't no pep talk won't help you. Don't matter about the uniform and cheerleading. None of that matters. If it ever gets to mano-a-mano, may the best man win. And if you've been living your entire life trying to be the best man that you can for yourself, then you should feel great about those odds.
What do you think about Kanye rants? What's going on with Kanye? From a distance, obviously, I don't know how well you know Kanye. I don't know if you've been around Kanye, but from a distance, what do you suspect is going on?
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, ooh, this guy? Because, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Jesus. And you're the one told the guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. You're the one that's like, so, what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what? Like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he didn't know. He understood that he wanted that. He courted that. That's what he wanted, to base his family on.
Good heart, though. I know what you're going to say. Don't you say it, Cat. Don't you say it. I'm a more
If what I'm saying is not correct, then how does she end up with Pete Davidson?
It happens all the time.
And what if you weren't even good enough for Pete and he leaves you? What do that mean the product was? No, I don't support or villainize Kanye because I don't understand what it is we want from him. I don't know why we look at a basketball player and say, he didn't score no hockey goals this whole season. He don't play hockey. Kanye don't say nothing I can agree with. Okay. He was the weird guy in the beginning with the pink sweaters when we met him. Like, what do you think moving to a beat of your own drum? This dude started a church and kept cussing. Nobody in black church said nothing. You would have thought all the pastors would have came. You can't be no gospel artist. You just said fuck that bitch. Nobody said nothing. Because PDJ's over there with Pete in it. Like, come on, Cat. Only the guy you had here has been upfront and honest and a man of God and humble and took the L's he had to take and didn't. 2024, folks.
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person they said was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Cat Williams. Now, one person ended...
I gotta run that back.
I know what you're going to say. Don't you say it, Cat. Don't you say it. I'm going to move the conversation.
If what I'm saying is not correct, then how did she end up with Pete Davidson?
I mean, it happens all the time.
And what if you weren't even good enough for Pete and he leaves you? What do that mean the product was? No, I don't support or villainize Kanye because I don't understand what it is we want from him. I don't know why we look at a basketball player and say, he didn't score no hockey goals this whole season. He don't play hockey. Kanye don't say nothing I can agree with. Okay. He was the weird guy in the beginning with the pink sweaters when we met him. Like, what do you think, moving to a beat of your own drum? This dude started a church and kept cussing. Nobody in black church said nothing. You would have thought all the pastors would have came. You can't be no gospel artist. You just said fuck that bitch. Nobody said nothing. Because P.D. Jakes over there with being in it. Like,
come on, Cat.
Only the guy you had here has been upfront and honest and a man of God and humble and took the L's he had to take and didn't.
I did see it was trending though, but I ain't know. I ain't know why, Cat. I don't. Let me go to this question right here. This
All people that love the truth got to be happy if the truth coming out and lies is getting exposed. That's just what time it is. 2024, folks.
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person they said was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Cat Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200.
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million. I might need to get me one of the more women look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't going to wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay. All right.
You have a lot of politics.
Never talk about it. I'm not that controversial. Yes.
Where are we headed, Cat?
This is sad. We've never been here before. We've never been at the point where neither option is good for us in real life.
No.
This is a different conversation. This is, would you rather go back with your ex, or would you rather go back with the person before them?
Both bad options.
Both bad options. Like, one guy can barely put his sentences together, and the other guy will put sentences together for whatever he's read or whoever told him. Like,
but how did we get here? How did we get here?
All division divides. There's no way around that. All division divides. Politics, even in the beginning when our Constitution was drawn up, the that it would be two main and another independent party. They always assumed the independent party would be just as strong as the others. A lot of that just didn't happen, and that's what I've learned more from comedy is that Republicans laugh at the exact same thing that Democrats laugh at. As long as I'm talking to Democrats, I can make them laugh for 1 hour straight about what Republicans do. By the same token, I can go talk to Republicans for 1 whole hour and have them dying about the stuff that Democrats do. But at the end of the day, who does that? Yeah, your team got an offense and a defense. They're not supposed to be enemies. The enemy is the other side. Well, you can't do politics like that. It's not good for the country.
Man, you see this Mark Zuckerberg building a $270 million bomb?
If you have $1 billion, we have learned that you can do whatever you want to do. When Elon Musk wants to spend things in space, he don't have to ask nobody's permission. Congress don't meet. Senate don't meet. No police department got to be warned. He don't need a permit. None of that. If you got $1 billion, you do what you want to do, and then you tell them what you did. Right, and that's how it goes.
What he built a $270 million bunker? What do you know that we don't know, Cat?
Kim Jong-un? I don't know what you don't know. Do you understand that people that are not very bright are in charge of nuclear bombs all across the country? That's what he knows. He knows that 30% of all weapons systems are running off regular Wi-Fi. So what does that mean? That means if a solar flare or a meteor hits either one of those, literally a bomb can go off just because the system accidentally got turned off. Yeah, that's what he knows. The people that are in power know that the people that are running the most complicated and deadliest things on the planet are just an average idiot. And you know lots of idiots.
I do.
Yeah. And these people are not special. Back in the day they were.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
You say you smoke a little weed. You don't smoke with Snoop.
Yeah. I'm actually a bigger smoker than Snoop. He'll tell you that. But I don't mix anything with my weed. I just do weed. Right? So nobody has
That minimum, I mean,
nobody does 20 blunts a day like me, 30 years. Like I was the first person to have a weed roller, like somebody whose job it was. Like I haven't rolled a blunt in 20 years. Like if you go, I'm saying I prefer the saliva of ladies.
Oh my goodness.
No, understand what I'm saying. If for a blunt, it's necessary for you to get licks, right? And so if you had spent 20 years smoking with dudes, that's a lot of male saliva that you would have just accidentally ingested. I can't be this specimen on that. It takes the saliva of nice ladies on that. But yeah, that's all I do. That's just
Do you consider yourself a king of comedy? What is
No, they consider that. Like when after Bernie left, them same 3 guys I'm telling you about, the Kings,
Yeah.
right? Because DL is the greatest. Yeah. No DL slander gets tolerated. But they came to me. I was supposed to be the 4th king. I got the offer, but I turned it down. Why? Because you shit on Bernie, and I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you. Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was gonna be called the King's Comedy, it was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you gotta close if it's your tour. That's why it was such a big deal. But you couldn't do it. Because you can't beat the best. And until you humble yourself, you will forever be king by the king. And because you finally did it, because you had no other choice, and now that he gone, you gonna act like, he wanted to be a movie star. Stop. matter where Bernie went. You think if Bernie went first, he wasn't the king? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get your ego out of this. You let the best be the best. Right?
Can't wait, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming on, bro. I really appreciate that. Thanks for sharing the stories, setting the record straight. Now you know they're gonna double back.
Impossible. Impossible. Only because if once you play this back, you'll realize I didn't say anything that made me look in a good light. I wasn't tearing down others to boost myself up. But I do have to acknowledge things that did not take place. Like, we're very ingenuous and we say this is not a game and we don't play it and people ain't in positions and people don't have their favorites and they group and they click and well, that happens in all businesses. No. Say what side you on, say why you don't like the other side, and you get to the game. But in the game, I'm wiping the field with them to the point where they don't even compete anymore. So how you gonna let a dude that been on the bench for 15 years. I would have beat Jordan's ass. Shut up. Jordan is still alive. We'll call Jordan right now. You can't beat him now. Not then. You can't beat him now. Right.
Cat Williams.
Shannon Sharp.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you. All my life. Been grinding all my life. Sacrifice. Hustle pay the price.
How did this get destroyed?
also known as explosive barrel in Lego Fortnite. In order to get it, you need 6 planks and 3 blast powder. Now, in order to get the planks, you need to use the
Let's
longest.
see.
Over here we have a plank.
I'm gonna blow that whole place up. We need to make a grappler. There's a lot of things. But we're making progress. Universal crossbow. Or recurve. Wow.
Anybody like to rate me? Send now. Send now. Or wait till it's score. Hop on 2K. Lego Lamo will be streaming 2K right after I get off the stream, man. Here we go. So we're going to slide y'all over to Lego Lamo stream. Lego Lamo 2K guy. D Twisted G. So we definitely going to be in there. Let's work. Let's work. Here we go. Anybody like these guys? Anybody like the rate? Like the rate was into the house. Jay, we got you live. Jay, we got you live. Jay, you live. I got you, Chris.
Yeah, like this.
Daryl,
That's a lot of storage.
Who else was ready tonight? Crazy guy. You call him, you live. What you on, my guy?
Say, huh?
So what you on? What you on? Like, what you
mean?
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, I just had my mic muted.
They want to know what you on.
Shit, just cooling, man. Trying to win this damn game.
There's enough space in this one.
We ain't giving it up like that. Good work. Good work. You kicking field goals? What? You going for it?
I gotta go for it. Just don't shoot clock. No, I gotta go for it. Game for me.
What it do?
Lando, what's good, Lando? I'm actually in other people's chat and I'm about to get on. Just doing a little bit of building. Appreciate you stopping by, Lando.
Watching the game.
Who playing right now, though? I was watching, honestly, I was on Ciabatta's stream. And I was trying to see when that Michigan game is, but that's on Monday. I know basketball is like later, like 7. I don't know
Ravens,
what game is
Steelers.
on. Let me see. Oh, college basketball. Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers at Ravens? How am I just now?
The Ravens Steelers.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I didn't even know that. I was sitting at home like, there's gotta be something. You not lying, bro. I got Ravens winning. Ravens look too good. And I'm a Dolphins fan. They kicked our butt last week. I knew it was gonna happen. I think everybody knew that was gonna happen. Alright, what do I need? But yeah, I'm about to get off soon anyway. Just have to upgrade my village. My next thing, I gotta build this crib. But to do that, I'm gonna destroy this house. So that's gonna take some time. That's my next mission. I gotta destroy this house. Build that new crib. Upgrade, then destroy this house. And I'm gonna get a bigger crib after this. It's gonna be big. Both of them, the 2 new cribs gonna be big. I put in too much work on this game today. Yeah, I'm about to get off and regroup. Salute to you, Mando. I gotta regroup. I did a good job today, I think. See you in somebody else chat later now. No, maybe not in Guru, Scan, Gutter. You feel me? We a family, so we always end up in the same houses, the same chat. Yeah, bro. Salute to you. Wait, let me see. Who's online? Skullbuster. Pay attention. Don't see. Let me make sure this stuff saves.